Now moving on to our Master Duel teams. First up, Team CER. Welcome Seong-Young So, Shi-Suk Kim, and Sean Lee. Representing Team 7, Ryan Yu, Jesse Cotton, and Raymond Dye. For Team Snipe Hunters, Joshua Schmidt, Emre Kizilates, and Jack Rory Stinggamer. And finally, Heroes Future, Tasuku Kobunawa, Takayuki Ota, and Yuya Otaka. All enter the stage as hopefuls, but only few will remain as champions. The stage is set and duelists are ready, so let's send it to the casters to kick off WCS 2024 Day 2.
Thank you very much, Kangas. My name is Ibriz, and I will be covering Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel here at the World Championship 2024. Yu-Gi-Oh! Prowess that we saw was incredible. CER having such a strong showing on day one when
Is that going to factor in when we have a fresh new start today? Who feels rested? Who got a good night's sleep? I'm excited to see who comes out on top.
Who's less jet lagged?
Who's less jet lagged?
No, I think it's a really interesting matchup to have the highest ranking team from yesterday versus the reigning world champions from last year. This is sure to be a fun one. We have not seen this matchup, of course, because we are combining two different brackets here today. So this is
during last year. Won Tearlaments mirror matchups against Jesse Cotton, something that not many duelists have been able to do.
That's a feat in its own right. I'm just wondering, now that you're face-to-face and we're about to start, are we going to see the
taking control of the board? Very similar to what we saw yesterday with Pearly, where Pearly might not actually win the game really fast, but is this going to be a Salamangreat All Mirage getting summoned here? This isn't just a Link 1, it also has a little bit of a protection effect. Diabellstar getting summoned.
That was our one unknown card, okay.
Yeah. Can't activate the Wanted, it's a quick play spell right here. We're gonna go into a Link 2.
What are we building?
I don't know, I feel like most of these decks don't have two copies of SP Little Knight. We're gonna try to go for the Hita here.
Hita can then grab, I guess, Ash Blossom.
To
Ash
bring
Blossom?
back the Garunix.
It will actually just trigger the Garunix.
Yes, because the Fire Monster was destroyed. Okay, I like where this is going.
Underrated effect of that card.
Yeah.
But both Underworld Goddess and Rukalis, could they both handle that?
Well, we are in the damage step.
Snake Eye Ash being added. Sacred Fire King Garunix now coming out as well.
What would you clear off the board right now?
I'm not sure, because if you put the Tearlaments cards in the graveyard, they'll have further effects.
Yeah.
But it looks like one of the Tearlaments cards is going to get sent to the graveyard here. Sacred Fire King Garunix actually managing to swing over that one, and Snake Eye Ash now starting another sequence.
And what was, I just wanted to point out real quick, the reason that we couldn't use like the Rukalis or the Unrolled Goddess was because it was chain blocked. So the Hita was chain link 2, the Sacred Fire King Garunix was chain link 1. So, you know, the Garunix is what you want to stop, but unfortunately it's kind of blocked down there beneath the Hita.
Now, we don't know the one card in Quanto's hand right now, but it's kind of looking like he might have, Heroes Future might have carte blanche to do whatever they want to their Snake Eyes combo.
Yeah, we have really seen this go back and forth. You know, maybe I counted Fire Kings out a little bit too early. I did kind of forget about that Garunix that's been engraved for several turns now.
And there's the big boy Flame Purge Dragon, something you don't want to see when you're only staring down with one Kaleido. Now, we still have the Underworld Goddess effect, so if Flame Purge goes to the graveyard, we should be able to negate that if we wanted to.
Unless, once again, it can be buried underneath a chain link 2.
Another chain link, you're right.
But you can't always, you know, do that. We are going to see the effect on the board.
Yep, there goes the Underworld Goddess to the closed world.
Okay, removing that graveyard negate.
From Quanto's perspective here, I mean, the good news is you know every card your opponent has. It's all completely known knowledge. But the bad news is you might not have any interactions for your opponent starting to go through their entire combo.
I love what I'm seeing. It's like he's putting together a thing with duct tape and rubber bands and paper clips, and he's able to build something formidable. Imagine building like a jet plane with scraps. That's exactly what Heroes Future is doing right here.
We are seeing the Sunlight Wolf activate, getting an add back of the Kieran, an insanely powerful effect. I don't think we've seen that activated too much this weekend. It is a very critical part of the deck. You know, that free add is very good, but we don't always see it. We're going to go into a Link 4, potentially, or maybe this is going to be the Prince. Yeah, probably Link 4.
Yeah, that's going to be our
Appaloosa 3.
And you know you're sitting on Skyburn, you have a Fire King Ponix inboard, you're going to start blowing up the field, and you're sitting on an Appo for 3. What a turn. What a 180 things just occurred.
Yeah, this has been incredibly back and forth. No one has been out of this. The Appaloosa will be able to negate the Kaleido Heart. It will go down to 1600, which is not as powerful. And then you have to wonder from Quanto's perspective, your opponent's at 300 life points. They have a Wanted face down. They have the Kieran in hand. The Ponix is getting add back. So you can't discount the Kieran interaction here, but the Appaloosa is going to be the hardest part to deal with.
You can also discount just hard drawing something that might be 1900 attack points and just running over the Appo.
That is true. Where's that Gemini Elf when you need it?
Exactly. Left it back in 4th grade 20 years ago.
And despite the Snake Eye Fire King deck historically throughout this tournament, throughout day one, and even throughout game one of this set, being a disadvantage versus the Tearlaments deck, we actually see Maguro managing to potentially edge this one out.
We're going to see with just a pass and knowing you have Appo too.
I mean, 25 plus 16 is, we're almost there. So Quanto's hand must not be looking so hot.
I want to see the dance again. I want to see the dance.
An interaction? I'm not entirely sure. Going to see the Kieran activate.
That's 2400.
I mean, this is, if there's no interactions from Quanto's side, this is going to be it. What an interesting game. This has been incredibly back and forth. Both players at different points down huge amounts of card advantage and able to come back. And that really does show the power of both of these decks. You know, we've talked about so many times why Tearlaments keep popping up, why Fire King keeps popping up. And you are seeing it right here. There are not many decks that have this much staying power. And we are going to see Fire Kings pick it up.
That was incredible. It looks like an exhausted battle right there.
This is why Maguro has not changed from Snake Eye Fire King all tournament long.
You want to see that. Look at the energy. Look at the happiness. And honestly, the thumbs up to the opponent as well. That's all I can ask for. Just a good game. What a great job.
Thumbs up to camera as well.
So we've seen 2-1, 2-1.
Yep.
Now we are going into the last game. These competitors are all completely even.
Yep, and I think those 2 set cards were set a while ago now, so they are able to be activated. We do see the combination of the Fusion Summon into the Tearlaments Kaleido Heart. This is a really good position for Quantal to be in.
And I think that Quantal's Tearlament deck is so interesting because it is 40 cards. We've seen a lot
Horus
of them
monster coming back out.
Imseti, Glory of Horus. This is a lot of damage on the field right now. What is the face down?
Stormy Mirror Force? If it's not, this is it. I think this might be it.
Quantal has game. Maybe, unless Tusku can bring something out.
We might be going to the finals for Team Snipe Hunters. Is this it?
Does the final attack connect?
Oh, we have something. Something's going to happen. Do we have the fairy? We do have a difference.
Oh!
That's it. That is it. Snipe Hunters is going to the finals for a 2nd year in a row. They have proven themselves twice now that they are some of the best Master Duel players in the entire world. They have one more match to prove themselves.
And we mentioned Quantal was so good last year at Tearlaments, and he's still good this year at Tearlaments. He clutches it out for the team. He takes down Tusku. He takes down Heroes Future, and Snipe Hunters are your finalists here in the Master Duel category of the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2024.
And let's not forget that they lost every single coin toss in that last set, and they still managed to get it. That is incredibly impressive. You got very unlucky by losing all the coin tosses, but you were able to come back, and I think that really shows just how headstrong these players are.
What we saw from both teams, honestly, was a war of attrition. You're talking pass, set, pass, set, pass, set. Everyone gave it their all. They flew from across the country, and nobody should be upset at how they played. Everyone played fantastic. Taking it to Game 9?
Indeed, a lot of extension opportunities for Jesse Cotton here, and here is one of them.
Link 4. Appaloosa, perhaps?
Or access code toolkit? Nope. Topologic Zerberus.
Okay, we have not seen this one for a minute. 9,400 attack points, by the way. It gains attack based on banished cards, which is huge. And also, don't forget that Jesse actually has a ton of Horus monsters in grave as well, which is very powerful. We're going to chain the SP Little Knight to the field spell being activated, taking out the Trudea.
And thereby denying the ability to actually synchro summon.
Yeah, so now we're just facing down Bestial Druis for him, basically. 5,600 life points. That's going to be game right there. 98, 2,000. So Team 7 has gone 3-0 in the first round. You have to imagine that is a huge confidence boost, and they're probably feeling very good heading into the second set.
Snipe Hunters backs against the wall, but we've seen them come back from more difficult situations than this. Team 7 really well played in that first round of games and will enter the second set with 3-0 on the scoreboard.
They know that they have to win. They want to get 3-0. I mean, they want to get the backdoor 3-0 right. They want to take this at 3 and force it to be, you know, as close as possible. But let's see what happens.
Yep, they just have to reset. They have to focus, and they have to do their best to take this in set 2 of our grand finals. Snipe Hunters taking on Team 7.
Crap, we just discarded there. Maybe a Yeep. Summoning the Pearl Lily. Let's see where this goes.
Emre put Snipe Hunters on his back on day 1. He was so good for them, winning 12 of his individual duels. He was so good yesterday, but can he replicate that today and keep his team in the grand finals?
Interesting play here. So we are going to go the Pearl Lily to add Pearly to our hand, so we must not have another spell in the hand to special summon the Pearly. And what I like about this situation is that even if you can't quite win, although we are going for Happiness here, Happiness is one of the cards that can let Pearly like actually, you know, find game. But Pearly, you know, if we can't secure the win, Emery will get potentially a turn or
Effect
two.
Veiler.
Effect Veiler on the Pearly is crazy strong right here.
Did you say Emery won 12 of his games?
He did.
12 out of it. He's got an 80% win percentage.
I believe so.
Oh my god. All right, if anyone can guide this, it's him.
Okay, so we are going straight to battle phase. Maybe not the board that Ray was looking to assemble. Now, we will potentially be able to go for a Zeus here with 5 million material, which could be pretty good, but even Zeus by itself isn't necessarily enough to like win the game outright. We are adding the Pearly Delicious Memory to hand, which is great because now we have another way to summon another Pearly. Remember that Pearly, of course, is not a once per turn effect. And still in the battle phase, we will be doing that. Great choice. That is going to trigger the Happiness effect as well to bounce. This is looking pretty good for Ray. It's not looking perfect. I think this really still is anyone's game. Like I said, Pearly doesn't necessarily win super fast, but let's see what happens.
Primera here, going to be sent to the graveyard or not?
Triggering the Happiness. Adding a Happy Memory. Is this enough damage? I'm trying to count here.
Actually, Primera is still there.
Well, yeah, it's protected. I mean, this is like the combo that you want with the Happiness. You target it, you attack it a bunch of times.
Yep.
Do we have enough? I'm trying to do the math. I think it might just be game. Let's see here. We're at 3,200 attack. The Primera is at 400. We can hit it again.
If this is game, then that means Team 7 will be your world champions for the 2024 Master Duel category, but let's see.
I think it will be, right? Because we're at 31 now. It's going to go to 200. This is going to go up to, what, 34, I think? I think this is just game. Let's see. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Going up to 35. This is just game right here. We see the Pearly Happiness being so strong, one of Pearly's best ways to actually close out the game, and that's Team 7 taking it.
Team 7 are your Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2024 Master Duel World Champions.
Incredible. You know, we had a sequel in Seattle, and we're having a different winner this time around. That is awesome to see. Two excellent competitors going head-to-head, but they came out wanting blood.
They waited 1 year to come back for it, and they have proven that they could do it.
This was what it was all about. You know, we saw all three of these players talking online about what was going into this final match. This was a huge deal, running it back, getting a second opportunity to face the exact same team in the finals. And both of these competitors did so well throughout the weekend, some of the best players in all of Yu-Gi-Oh!, not just Master Duel. And it was excellent to see this final rematch. maybe we'll see it again next year as well. But for right now, let's take a look at Team 7. Here they go, showing some good sportsmanship here. All these people are friends. You know, the Yu-Gi-Oh community is so great. It's not always about just beating the opponent. It's about the camaraderie.
Look at that.
6 of the best players in the world here, you have to imagine, and also 6 of the most prominent figures within the community as well.
Absolutely. Their accomplishments insurmountable. So even though you take second place here, that is a heck of an accomplishment.
Jesse Cotton, Ray Dye, Ryan Yu are now world champions for the 3v3 Master Duel. This is an incredible moment for North America, and what a match we just saw. 5-1, played that so well. This is what it's all about. This is the type of story that you love to see in any game, but especially Yu-Gi-Oh!
You can't help but get a little emotional for them because this is something, you had a grueling day yesterday, 5 rounds, 10 plus hours, and to come back today with a W feels good.
And we can confirm that the winning team, Team 7, their decks will be available to use in the Duel Trial starting from September 13th in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So you too can play like a champion.
Are we going to get potential coaching help from them?
If you ask nicely.
I might have to ask nicely.
And what do you think is going through their heads right now? What a moment. It has all been leading up to this. I mean, I know that we've watched this tournament, and of course it was 5 rounds and then 2 rounds today, but it's not just a...
Thank you very much, casters. I'm live on the player stage with Team 7, your Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel World Champions! For the second year ever that Master Duel has been present at WCS, you pick up the win, which was a rematch. So Ray, I want to start off revenge against last year's champions, as this was the sequel in Seattle. What was the difference this year?
I feel like we definitely wanted it a lot more this time. Still feeling the emotions, but we put in a lot of work, a lot of late nights, and I want to thank Ryan for bringing me back.
今回が2回目の、マスターデュエルの世界大会となっており、去年のリベンジを果たしたというところとなっておりますが、今回、その気持ちについてお聞かせくださいということで、彼としては、去年より今年の方がやはりもっとこの優勝が非常に欲しかったと言っております。そしてこの仲間のライアンにものすごい感謝の言葉を述べたいと。
It was awesome to have the band back together. Jesse, we'll bring you up next for the question. Thank you so much, Ray. Jesse, if you can walk over here. What a year that you've had, and I want to start off with that. The UDS ring, do you have it on you? Are you wearing it? The UDS Undisputed Champion.
It is very heavy, so I don't really wear it, but I do have it in my pocket here. I'll slip it on.
As well as winning a YCS. There we go, you got the ring. I just want to give you an opportunity to reflect on your year individually and then what this means to win this World Championship and end your year like this with the team.
Getting second last year, while we obviously were super proud of it, it was also like anything in all of our careers, we're people who, when we get knocked down, get back up and fight harder. So this last year was fighting super hard to get there. I mean, I've won 2 YCSs on top of that as well. Like, it was nonstop. We got to practice and make sure we can get back there.
今年は、何度も他の大会など、UDS や YCS や他の大会など優勝して、今年はすごい1年となっておりましたが、それらを振り返って今回はどうでしたというところでした。今回のやつとしてもいろいろと、2回目というところでいろいろ努力して、これまでにも2回も YCS の方を優勝してここに来ておりましたが、それも勝てて非常に良かったと言っております。
Thank you so much, Jesse. Now it's time to bring up the team captain, Ryan, holding the trophy. Well deserved, well earned. And I want to start off by going back 1 year. Last year in the finals, you weren't able to pick up a win for the team, but this year as team captain, you qualify in, you get the band back together. And I just want to ask, if you could get a time machine, go back 1 year to talk to yourself after that finals, what would you say to yourself to give encouragement for this year?
I would say, like any good team, I was lucky to have Jesse and Ray to help work through the loss. I remember Jesse specifically told me that you have to get back up, and then we started practicing. Like, as soon as we got home from Worlds last August, we decided, even before they announced that there would be Duelist Cups to qualify for Worlds to make the system a bit more forgiving, we decided like we're gonna practice year round to win the WCQ. So we were testing like hours every day leading up to October and December. So I'm just really glad that we decided to try again.
We are too.
去年は残念な結果に終わってしまいましたが、今回の大会ではチームリーダーとして出場し、それで優勝もして今トロフィーを持っていると思いますが、去年の自分に伝えたいことなど、去年の自分と比べて自分はどうかっていうところはいかがでしょうかという質問でございました。それで、去年いろいろありましたが、ちょっと仲間たちと一緒に仲間がいろいろ励ましてくれ、それで今年に向けてもいろいろと仲間と一緒に準備をしたとのことです。そして、もうこの世界大会の予選のところからもう一年中練習をずっと続け、彼らに励まされここまで来たと言っております。
And final question, Ryan, as team captain, what message would you like to give to all the fans out there that were cheering you and the team on along your journey to this World Championship?
Just thank you to everyone, especially my family and friends. My mom, hi mom. Yeah, I'm just really grateful for everyone's support.
やはり、チームキャプテンとして優勝おめでとうございます。そして、皆さんに応援してくれているみんなに何か言いたいことはありますかというところで、やはり仲間だったり応援してくれている人みんなありがとうございます。そして自分のお母さんありがとうと言っております。
Thank you so much, everybody. Once again, your Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel World Champions! And with that said, we're going to send it back over to the casters.